let's talk about the policies that are needed to help the industry, right? So, I'm surprised to hear that one of your advocacies is the Land Use Act. Why is CREBA behind it, and what do you hope to happen with it?
This is where CREBA at the forefront. We really advocate the CLUP to be reviewed and to be passed, because this will address the housing program easily. If the government has already provided us the land, and then we just use our expertise in building it and bring in innovation. Kasi mabilis na. There are housing that you can build in a week. Mabilis na. The most important as well, another factor is how you can be financed. Ibig sabihin, once we build, how do we get paid? And then the buyer will just parang lease to own to that financing.
I see.
So we have also incorporated, I think, CISPA bill. This is what CREBA is advocating, CISPA bill.
And where is this bill now? I mean,
it's still in Congress. Ang CISPA is Comprehensive Integrated Sustainable Funding. No? So, yun ang kailangan. Dalawang very crucial at this time. No? That we hope that Congress can really work on. Number one is the National Land Use Act and NLUA. This will define the use of land in specific areas. So ngayon, pagka na-define na ito residential, ito farm, ito tourism and all that, madali nang mag-plan ang mga developers. Pero without that, speculative lahat. So with speculation comes a lot of inefficiency, primarily cost. No? Siyempre, pataasan yan, unahan and all that. So taas ang taas ang cost. Ang nagsasuffer yung buyer. So kailangan natin talaga ma-define na ang tagal-tagal-tagal na yan. Bakit ba hindi ma-define kung saan dyan yung lupa para sa pabahay? So that we can address the 6 million backlog. Paano ma-address sa saan ng lupa? Diba?
But this is refreshing, because all the while I thought that this would be opposed by the real estate sector, because we're seeing a lot of, especially in the countryside, agricultural lands being developed into commercial residential areas. But it's interesting that you guys are really for it. I didn't realize there's also an impact or a benefit to your industry.
Yes. Definitely, land ang napaka-crucial. After ng land, yung CISPA na sinasabi ni LC.
The financing.
This is Comprehensive Sustainable Funding for Housing. So, ang mangyayari ngayon, sabi nga niya, we deliver. Inutang namin yan, na-produce namin. Kailan kami babayaran?
Kailan kami mababayaran?
Para makaroll kami. Gawa uli.
And this goes back to what we were talking earlier about the 6 million backlog. Right? You need the land, you need the financing. What else? What else do you need from government?
Materials. Production elements.
I think ease of doing business, permitting should be resolved.
That's another big one.
Critical.
Governance.
Well, how has it been? Kasi diba there's a law, diba? The ease of business doing law, and has there been any improvement at all, or there are certain aspects that still need attention from the government, you think?
Sana ma-follow yung timeline. Kasi for developer, the most important is the time. Time is money. So, sa permitting and also converting, yung conversion.
This is the construction permit, the development permits?
Development permit. Plus also the conversion of the land.
The environmental clearance?
Yes. That really takes a lot of time. Like before, how many permits yata? Signing, signatures?
68.
Wow.
Now it was cut down, but then still yung timeline is not being followed.
What is the ideal timeline that the industry would like to see?
Yung permitting? According to the law, it's 45 days max.
And now it's how is it playing out now?
May paraan palagi. Kulang ka ng kama dito, kulang ka ng pindot doon. So, na-delay. So, maraming paraan. Ngayon, hindi pa, nag-improve naman somehow. Hindi mo masasabihin lang nangyari.
To be fair, right?
And some LGUs are complying. Pero marami pa rin hindi nakakaintindi. So,
is that an issue that, sometimes there are some, not all LGUs are the same as you're suggesting, di ba? Some of them are more organized, more responsive. What can be done, I think, or what areas of the country should be looked at, diba? If you're looking at capacity
I
building.
think we really have to adapt and transform to digital economy.
Okay.
That's the easiest way to do ease of doing business. So that all foreign investors will also be willing to come in kasi it's so easy, you can just see it in online. So that is the solution. If the local government transform to a digital platform.
It will speed up everything.
Yes.
And for those who don't understand your industry very well, what does it mean in terms of cost, all of these delays? I mean, you're talking about 45 days, which is already a long time already. But, if it extends farther than that, this, I suppose, relates to money, right? I mean,
cost
right?
of money.
Yeah.
And if we will be able to deliver as the schedule, other than being challenged with our weather, especially this year, we always bad weather. So the most important is to fast track the development or fast track the building so that we will be able to collect it and turn over to the buyers.
Yeah. So basically, let me. I'm sorry for asking stupid questions. So you have, let's say, a piece of land that you want to develop. You're waiting for the permits, which you hopefully hope to get within 45 days. In the meantime, I suppose you already have payments to the bank for that project. Is that correct?
Yes.
And so you're already
You got finance from the bank.
You're already incurring
Interest costs,
right? And you haven't not yet started work to start recovering. Is that the scenario?
Oo. Permitting pa lang.
Permitting pa lang.
Just to have a better understanding of how the real estate works.
Yeah.
Una, bibili ka ng lupa.
Right.
Meron ka ng puhunan.
Right.
Tapos noon, magpaplano ka.
Right.
Tapos noon, magkukonta ka ng mga survey ng mga prices and all that.
Right.
Bago ka pa nag-uumpisa, ang laki na ng cost mo.
Right.
So we cannot afford a long time processing procedure.
Right. Exactly.
So kailangan sa amin kasi una, ang real estate goes on a 3 to 5 year planning stage. Hindi kami yung ngayong gagawin, bukas tatayo.
Right.
So yung pa lang, ang laki na ng cost namin. Utang na yan, milyon, bilyon. So, kaya taas ng taas. So kami, we're very much affected kung delays and very inefficient.
But the point I'm trying to make there is that from what I understand, that the cost you incur, now these actually, they have to be borne by the end user. Is that correct? So in effect, all of these costs makes the homes more expensive.
Yes.
Is that the right? Is that the right way to
the
understand
delay
it?
will increase your cost.
I see. Do we have a peg on how much all of these delays end up costing the consumers?
Actually, right now, like building a more than 30-story will cost 45,000 per square meter right now.
Okay.
But 2-3 years ago, it's only like 27 to 29,000. You see the difference?
Wow. Okay. Wow. So, is it correct also to say that if the government can digitalize, streamline, get rid of all the red tape, it can also make homes more affordable to people?
Yes.
Is that a true statement to make?
Yes.
Ang laki ng cost ng inefficiency.
Right.
Yung delay and inefficiency really costs a lot, which is being borne by the buyers.
Right.
That's the tragedy there.
Right.
So ang ano nga natin, number one, there is really a need for government to be more transparent and efficient. Transparent kasi paano kami makakatulong sa kanila sa problema ng housing? Hindi naman sila transparent sa amin. Hindi namin alam saan ba, ano yung numbers, kung saan nakakalat. No? And then number two, they have to be efficient. Kung ano talaga yung kailangan, ibigay na kaagad. No delays.
Sana yung permitting, kung ano lang nakalagay sa requirement, yun na yun. Hindi, while you're doing the process, sometimes maraming habol.
May amendment.
may habol. And there's a lot of changes.
I see.
Yun ang mahirap. Tapos now, they have to update as well the building code. Kasi ang problema,
building code, wow.
Yes. Before the 2012, you are allowed to build like 5-story or 4-story without sprinkler. But because of the incident recently about the fire, nagbago yung building code na dapat all 5-story must have sprinkler. So, ang nangyayari, pinapenalize nila yung mga developer that have turned over already more than 10 years ago. So, ang problema, hindi ka
naman lumabag sa building code because you're just following.
Ang nagsuffer is the resident na have to put up more money. Kung sila nang naggumagawa nun, hindi na effective, hindi na efficient, lumalaki pa ang gastos nila.
Yeah.
So,
Instead of being negative about it, are there LGUs, particular LGUs, siguro let's go positive, are there LGUs that are doing it better than other LGUs?
I can say it's not making sipsipa.
Yeah.
Mandaluyong is doing very well.
Okay.
I love
So what is
our mayor there.
What is
Mayor Abalos.
Mandaluyong doing that you think should be looked at by other LGUs? Ano, what's your experience?
I think they're more transparent.
Okay,
At
that's
saka,
one. Okay.
They're more mabilis, efficient decision making.
Okay.
Kaya masaya ako sa Mandaluyong.
But are they more efficient because of they made it one stop, or is it simply because
They made it one stop.
Okay. Okay.
Tsaka yung mga officers that are in place are really good.
I see.
Mabilis silang gumalaw.
I see. What about you? Is it
Sa akin, I think two things. No?
okay?
Number one is efficient. They have to be more responsive and
Okay.
transparent.
Okay.
No? And piso lang ang pera natin, granted that the government only has 1 peso.
Okay.
Hindi mo yan pwedeng isabog sa lahat ng LGU.
Oo.
Dapat i-identify talaga natin ang more critical areas
Okay.
on the less critical areas.
Okay.
Focus on the more critical and really harness the power and resources of the private sector.
Okay.
Kasi ang private sector, alam na alam yan kung paano gagawin eh.
Okay.
Kaya lang, palaging gobyerno, nakatingin lang kami.
Right.
Hindi kami sinusuportahan.
Right.
So how can we help?
So if the government is listening now, I mean, if they were to pool those resources where it's most effective, saan dapat ilagay yun? Ano? I mean, because there's so many things, there's so many national priorities, right? I mean, in terms of housing, do they put it in high density urban centers so they allow low cost homes to be developed, or do they promote rural side development para to decongest Manila, or something else pa?
My suggestion, kasi kami developer, we just followed kung saan ang growth, saan ang development.
Right.
Dapat baliktad. Mauna yung kalye,
Okay.
mauna yung government. Like, if we're going to transfer our airport, i-announce na ngayon.
Okay.
And then, maggawa na ng mga highway, mga connectivity, so that doon naman kami magde-develop.
Right.
So
So
it
you
has to be
follow the development
It
plan.
has to be that way. Ngayon baliktad eh. Kung saan lang may kalye, so tsaka lang kami. That's why the development is not, ano tawag doon? Hindi synchronized.
Oo.
Kanya-kanya.
Hindi inclusive.
Integrated,
Oo,
hindi integrated.
Oo.
Alright.
Maraming Pero yun nga, ako going back, no, kung piso lang ang pera ng gobyerno, ilagay mo sa pinaka-critical.
But saan nga yun? What
I
does-
think key cities and first-class municipalities, mga
the most
urban
impact.
centers, yun na muna. And then, maging very efficient tayo, transparent, sabihin nyo yung land use in the area. And then the developers can start land banking, bibili na sila. Paghahandaan nila yan for the next 5 years, bago yung maging totoo. 5 years yan eh.
So no need to
paplanuhin.
speculate.
No,
We know
Oo,
where-
wala na,
Okay.
nandyan na. Tapos ngayon, ang mga tao din, magkakabahay dito, o dito
Right.
tayo magtrabaho.
I
Ang
see.
industries, may bahay dito tayo,
Right.
dito on center. So, ngayon walang ganyan.
Baliktad
Magtataka
nga
ka.
Kung baga labo-labo.
So we have to have the national land use.
Okay.
Kung saan nandun, will follow.